Right, good morning. Thanks for joining. Let's begin our session. So we were discussing about shell scripting. We understood, we have understood like sample scripts. We have understood some sample scripts. So two scripts, let me show you like what we have seen in the previous session. Yes, these are the two scripts, right? These are the two scripts that we have. This is one script which is used for deleting the digits. Suppose if any file consists of digits, those digits can be deleted by using this script. I hope you understood this script. So there is a specific purpose for this script. So if I have a file and inside the file, inside the file, okay, in the file, if we have the content like any digits, so the file can contain any information, but the file contains the digits. If the file contains digits, those digits can be removed by using this script. Okay, those digits can be deleted by using this uh, particular script. So we understood about each and every line in this particular script, right? What is the use of read command? Read command is used to get input from the user. Translate is used to translate the characters from uppercase to lowercase. At the same time, translate -d is used to delete the digits. Translate -d is used to delete the digits. If there are any digits from 0 to 9, those digits can be deleted from the file, and the updated content will be saved to a new file called this one, tt.txt. Move command, here the purpose of move command is to rename, move source and destination file name. So what is the meaning of move command when we specify the source file name and destination file name? Meaning is we are going to rename the file name. Okay, if it is tt.txt, I'm going to rename the file to some other thing. Okay, whatever I provide, so that all the digits will be deleted. This is one step that we have seen. And the other script is this one, okay? So here also we can see, we know the purpose of echo command, read command from the user, read command to accept the input from the user, and cut command. Cut is used to cut the specific range of characters. Cut -c 1 to 3 means from the given input, okay, from the given string. So cut command will cut the characters. How many characters it will cut? From 1 to 3. It will consider only 1 to 3 characters. It will consider only 1 to 3 characters, and it will translate if they are in the uppercase. Suppose translate command. See here, the way we are applying the translate, using the translate command, translate A to Z to small a to Z, meaning if there are any uppercase letters, those uppercase letters can be translated to the lowercase letters, small a to small z. That is the meaning of this translate command. And in between, we are using pipe operators. Can you see? In between, we are using pipe operators. We understood what is the use of pipe operator. When we use pipe operator, it doesn't mean that this particular command is depending on the output of this command. If I'm using pipe operator allows us to use two or more Linux commands. So the second command is depending on the first command. That's the reason why we use this pipe operator. And if I'm using this one, if this is the command, this is another command, usually. This particular command is depending on the output of this previous one. How many characters? It is cutting 3 characters. If all the 3 characters are in the uppercase, those uppercase will be converted to lowercase. So this is how the pipe operator works. Okay, so anyhow, we understood what is the purpose of backtick to evaluate the command. If you are evaluating the command, you see. So this is the entire single expression. Okay, so if you want to evaluate this entire thing, if you want to place in a single, okay, we are asking to consider it as a single expression, and we are assigning it to a single variable. See, the entire expression, we are assigning it to a single variable. So the purpose of backtick is we are going to evaluate it. Okay, so it will consider like whatever the thing that we keep inside the backticks, it will be treated as a single expression. It will evaluate, and finally we are assigning it to some variable called k. Okay, that's how we use backticks also. And let's see one more example, like how to monitor a file, the purpose of monitoring a file. Anyhow, let's understand the purpose of monitoring a file later, but Let's see how to monitor a file, first of all. So tail command we know, right? We understood about when we discussed about the head command, tail command, all these things. All these things we seen like when we came across the pipe operator. Okay, I have a server running here. Let me connect to the server. What I'm doing is I'm connecting to the server in a different way now by using git bash. I'm selecting this server. Just click on connect button. We have SSH client over here. Copy this command. Here we have usually earlier how we are connecting. We used to connect by using this EC2 instance connect. And when I go for this connect button, so that definitely I will be connecting through the browser. We'll be connecting to the server through the browser. Now I'm not doing like that. What I'm doing is I'm just clicking on connect button, going for SSH option, selecting, okay, I'm copying this command. I'm copying this command. I'm connecting through the key pair from my local machine. Okay, I'm copying this command. So going to the key pair, while creating the server, as I told you, like we will be generating a key pair. So this is the key pair. Assume that this is the key pair. The key pair will be downloaded to your local machine. So by using this key pair, we can connect. What I'm doing, I'm going to open git bash terminal. I'm going to open a terminal called git bash. Suppose if you are not aware of how to install this git bash and all, we'll be dealing it in the upcoming sessions. No worries, but you can just open git bash. If git bash is not installed, you can download git bash and you can install it. So this is how I'm just opening git bash terminal and I'm just pasting the command over it. It is asking whether you would like to connect. It's asking whether you want to connect. Yes, I'm just providing yes, that's it. I got connected to the server. You can see it is showing the IP address of the server. This is the internal IP address of the server. I got connected to this server. So I connected to the server with a different mode, which is called as like by using git bash. By using git bash and by using the key pair mechanism, I got connected to the server. Okay. So now I'm just using a command called sudo su hyphen. You know the purpose. Sudo su hyphen to change from EC2 user to the root user. Got changed as a root user. All right. So now, anyhow, that day we understood about the pipe operator, all these things, right? What is the use of pipe operator? Suppose if I'm creating a file one, I'm just creating a file one, vi space file one. We know the purpose of vi editor, vi command. If I use vi command, the file name, vi space file name, the file will be edited in editor mode. And here we can give the content, like I'm just giving the content that also, like I'm just giving some lines, okay? Line one, line two, line three, like this, we are giving some lines. We understood about the pipe operator, what is the use of pipe operator under. I'm just giving 6 lines, escape, colon, WQ. WQ is used for saving the file and quitting from the file. I just saved it. To see the content present over there, you can use cat space file name. As I'm having some 6 lines and there is one more space. We left the space here. Okay. Usually we should save here itself. No problem. I have these lines. Okay. So how to print the top lines? How to print the top lines? What is the command we use for printing the top lines? So there is a command called head command. I told you head. Okay. We have a head command. What is the command? What is the full command that we have to use? Head hyphen 2. If I want to print the top 2 lines, I use head hyphen 2, the file name. What is the file name? File 1. It will print only the top 2 lines. So what is the tile command? Tile is used to print the bottom lines. Tile, what I am doing again, I'm giving hyphen 2, same file name, file 1, tile hyphen 2, file 1. Anyhow, it is printing 2 lines, line 6, and there is one more empty line here. It is also printing the empty line. Okay. It is printing the empty line. Assume that it is printing 2 lines, line number 6, and there is a line number 7, but we have not given any content. It is stating that as an empty line. It is also printing that line. It is from bottom, it is printing 2 lines. From top, it is printing 2 lines. When I use head command, when I use tile command, it is printing 2 lines from the bottom. What we understood from the head and tile commands. Okay. And there is also a command. Why we are going through this particular command? Now there is a command called tile command with hyphen F option. Tile with hyphen F. What is the purpose? So tile with hyphen F is used to monitor the file. It is used to monitor the file. Okay, so now just now we got connected to the server by using git bash, right? Just now we got connected to the server by using git bash. And what I'm trying to do is we have a file already. Okay, we have a file already. What is the name of the file? We have a file already. The name of the file is, you can give ls command and you can see I'm giving ls command and you can see we have only one file called file1. Just clearing the screen. I'm just showing you like we have a file called, I'm running the command called ls. If I'm running the command ls, it is displaying only one file. File1 is the one. Okay. So now I want to edit. Okay, I want to add some lines. What is the content present in the file1? What is the command we use to see the contents? Cat. Now I would like to append some content. Okay, cat. What is the command we use to append? Cat space file cat greater than file1. I would like to append some contents in the bottom. So what I'm doing is I'm just adding line number 7. Okay. Enter, Control D. And again, I'm using cat space file1 to see whether the content is added or not. Yes. Okay. We have an empty line next to the empty line. Next to the empty line, we have line number 7 as added. Line number 7 as till 7 is added. Now what I'm doing is I'm opening in another terminal. Okay. I'm opening in another terminal. I'm trying to connect to the server by using a browser also for the same server. I'm connecting to the server. I'm selecting this server. Just click on connect button. Now I'm connecting to the server by using browser. Okay, this is another session. Okay, we have one session already opened. I got connected and I am able to see the file1. I'm just opening one more which is connected here. Okay, in the browser. Through browser it got connected. There also I'm trying to log in by using sudo su hyphen. Hope you understood. I just connected to the server with another session. One session is already running. I got connected to the server with another session through the browser. This is one. Now what I'm doing is I'm using a command called tile-f file name. Okay, let me show you what is the benefit of this tile-f1 command, tile-f command. So what I'm doing is I'm going to use tile-f file1. Can you see here? Tile-f file1. So what I'm doing is by using this tile-f, we can monitor the file. Consider if multiple users are working on the same file. If multiple users are making some changes on the file, same file. If you want to monitor what changes are happening, what are the changes are adding, what are the changes that are being deleted. If you want to monitor any file, you can simply run a command called tile-f file1. Okay. In another session, you see this is one session where I have just ran this command tile-f file1. I'm going to a different terminal here. What I'm doing is I'm trying to add some content here again. Cap space greater than. What I'm doing, the file1. What I'm doing is I'm adding line number 8. Okay, this is another session. Okay, here I'm just adding some appending some content. You know what is the purpose of double greater than? We use double greater than for appending the content. Cat double greater than file1. I'm appending some content. I'm adding some content to the file1 at the bottom, which is line number 8. Okay, enter. I didn't save it, but you see, let me go to the another session where we have open in the browser. You see, this is another session. Can you see here? It is printing like line number 8. So this is the one which is open through the browser. Where I am editing the file, I am editing the file in a different session. I am editing the file in a git bash. I just writing the line number 9. When I'm writing the line number 9 here, let me go to the different session. You see here, so tile-5. Let me refresh. So what I'm trying to say is you can monitor the file. If multiple users are trying to make some changes in the same file, we can monitor the file just by using tile-f command. Tile-f, the command, whatever the file name if you provide the file name, you can monitor the file by using tile-f command. I'm closing this. Let me connect to the server once again. But you have to use a command called tile-f to monitor it. Okay. So here in another session, I'm making some modifications. I'm just pressing enter. I have line number 10. I've just added line number 10, enter. Okay. So all these changes, right? Whatever the changes I'm making over here, I would like to see from another session, tile-f, file one. Uh, what happened? Okay, let me go to sudo hyphen. I'm just writing tile-f. You see here, I'm able to see up to line number 10. Now I'm going here. I'm adding one more line, line number 11, just pressing enter. I'm going to another session here. Can you see? Can we able to see the line number 11 here? I'm able to see the changes, which is made by the another user. I'm going here to the Git bash terminal. I'm adding line number 12. Enter. I'm going to the another one, another session, which is added in the browser, line number 12. I'm able to see. Got it? So I'm adding some lines here. So if the user is trying to add some lines on line number 13, enter line number 14. If the another user is making any modifications in the file, if you we want to monitor the changes, whatever the changes that are modified, I'm able to observe all the changes here. But for that, you need to use a command called tile-f file one, whatever the file you want to. So this is mainly for monitoring. Hope you understood what is the purpose of this tile-f option command. It is used to monitor the file. Okay, we can open multiple sessions. Usually to understand it, usually multiple users. Multiple sessions means multiple users. I got connected from Git bash, another user got connected to the connected from browser, anything. Okay, so if multiple users are working on the same file, if any user wants to see the file changes, modifications that are happening, he can able to view that by using tile command -f option so that we can monitor the file. This is one thing. Let me go ahead with today's agenda. And okay, let's see here. In the shell scripting, we would like to know some other things. Like there is a concept of bash files. Okay, we have the concept of bash files. Usually when once you connected to the Linux server, you can able to see some bash files. These are related to the shell scripting. All these files related to shell only. So in the home directory, you can observe there will be some files. There will be some 4 hidden files, usually starting with bash. Okay, so we got connected to the server, right? I'm going to show you with this one only. Saving it, control plus C, clear command, I'm using clear command. You can see now here, I'm just giving ls command. I have only one file, which is file 1. And I'm also using a command called ls-a. You know what is the purpose of ls-a? It will list out all the files and directories, including hidden files and hidden directories. Okay. So what do you mean by hidden file? Do you know what is hidden file? Who is joined here? Sai, do you know what is hidden file? So when I'm giving ls command, you see here in the terminal, when I'm running ls command, it is displaying only file 1. It is displaying only file 1. We can create hidden files also. With the help of touch command, see, I'm creating an empty file. Touch space file 3. Touch space file 3. So what I'm using here, touch space file 3. What is the use of touch command, right? If I'm giving touch space file 3, what is the meaning of this touch space file 3? I'm creating an empty file with a name called file 3. So an empty file will be created. But if I represent dot symbol here, if I give dot symbol here, what does it mean? Dot represents hidden file. Touch space dot file 3, dot represents hidden. So now when I'm creating this one, file 3 is created, but when you use ls command to see the status, it is displaying only file 1. It is listing out only file 1. It is not listing any file 3 something. It is not listing this file. What is the command we use to see all the list of hidden files as well as normal files? File 1 is a normal file, but file 3 is a hidden file. How to identify the hidden file? Dot symbol. If any files or directories starting with a dot symbol, if any files or directories starting with a dot symbol, those files are called hidden files. So now you can use ls space -a command to see how many hidden files you have. I have created a hidden file called file 3. There are by default some hidden files are there. By default, there will be some hidden commands. No need to worry about it. By default, there will be some hidden commands. Okay. By default, there will be some hidden commands. We will be discussing about them. But you see, I have created a hidden file called dot file 3. If you want to create one more dot direct, let me create one direct dot hidden direct. mkdir dot d1. mkdir dot d1. When I use ls, okay, if I'm showing you with ls command, it is displaying only one file called file 1. If I use ls space -a, it is displaying all the files and directories which are hidden also, normal as well as hidden also. Dot .d1 is a hidden file, hidden directory. Dot .d1 is a hidden directory. Dot file 3 is a hidden file. Okay, you know the difference between normal file and hidden file. Hidden file starts with dot symbol. Normal file. Okay, you know the difference, right? Understood the difference between normal and hidden files. All the hidden files and hidden directories starts with dot symbol. While creating also, if you want to create a hidden file, you need to start with dot symbol. Right. We understood now what is a hidden file and what is hidden directory. Now, the home directory, okay, once you log in the home directory, when I'm using ls command, you see, even let me log out. If it, what is the use of logout? I'm trying to log out so that I can be logged in as a UCT user. You can see. Clearing the screen. I'm just trying to show you ls-a. Can you able to see the files? How many files are you able to see now? ls-a. These are the files that we would like to discuss. We have some files like bash history, bash logout, bash profile, bash rc. Now we'll be understanding about all these things. Bash history, bash logout, bash profile, bash rc. There are some bash files by default. Okay, there are some bash file by default. Once you connect to the Linux server, there are some bash files by default. Let's understand the purpose of these bash files. Okay, we need to understand the purpose of this bash file. Let's understand what is the use of these bash files. When I'm using ls-a command, you can able to see all the bash files, bash history, logout, profile, bash rc dot. All the files are starting with dot, meaning all these are the hidden files. All these files are starting with dot, meaning all these are the hidden files. Okay. So what is the purpose of each and every one? Let's understand. We have a file called bash history. Okay. We have a file called bash history. You know, if you want to print, if you want to look at only the dot bash files, there is a command ls-a. ls-a is giving you all, listing out all the files, including hidden as well as normal, ls-a. If you want to print only the bash files, you can give this expression ls-a dot bash followed by star. Dot bash followed by star. What do you mean by this? What does the star indicates here? Star indicates all the files starting with dot bash. All the files starting with dot bash. Can you see here? We can able to see a file called bash history, bash logout, bash profile, bash rc. We can see all the files: bash history, bash logout, bash profile, bash rc. It is printing only all these 4 files. All these files are starting with dot bash. ls-a dot bash star, meaning all these files are starting with dot bash. Okay, all the files are starting with dot bash. Fine. Let me go with some other examples. Okay, what is the use of this bash history? Let's come up with this bash history. What is the use of this one? So you know about a history command. There is a command called history in Linux. There is a command called history in the Linux. What is this history command gives us? So this history command shows us all the list of commands that you have used from the time of login. So once you see, you got connected to the server. by the time, okay, from the time that I got connected to the server till now, I have ran some commands. It is listing out all the commands. It is tracking each and everything. It is tracking each and everything. Got it? So history, when I run a command called history is a Linux command, which will display you all the commands that you ran so far. So far, these are the commands that I ran at this login. At ECT user login, I ran these commands. Let me log in with a different username called sudo su hyphen. I'm trying to switch as a root user. Here also, I'm trying to use history command. Can you see here? Here also, I ran many commands so far. I ran many commands so far at this login. In this login, I ran many commands. So history command is used to display the list of commands. Okay, I'm just logging out. Clear. Purpose of clear. Clear is also a Linux command. So history is used to display the list of commands that you have used so far, you ran so far. These are the commands that we have ran so far. So if we are able to see this history, right, because of the file called this one, dot bash history. There is a file called dot bash history. It tracks each and every command. It tracks the dot bash history file. This dot bash history file, trying like dot bash underscore history. Okay. This dot bash history file will track each and everything. Dot bash history file will track. So we are able to track each and every command because of this bash history file. Okay, because of this dot bash history file, we can able to track each and everything, each and every commands that we are giving. Okay, history command is working and we are able to see all the commands we have given so far. That is because of this history file, bash history file. Let's talk about other file. We have a file called bash rc. Let's talk about this file. Okay, there is a file called .bash rc. There is a file called that .bash rc. Bash rc stands for bash read command. Okay, let's talk about this bash rc. Before we understood this bash rc, I would like to give some example. I would like to give some example before I discuss with you on bash rc. You know the copy command, right? Do you know the copy command? I'm just giving ls command to show you how many files we have. I don't have any files here. I don't have any files here. I would like to create a file called file1 cat greater than 1. Hope you understood what is the use of cat greater than f1. Meaning, I'm creating a file called if there is no file called f1, the new file will be created. And I would like to give some information. I would like to write something into the f1. Greater than symbol. Greater than symbol is used to represent. Like I'm going to write something into the f1. Enter, press enter. It will ask, the cursor will wait for your input. Provide your input now. What I'm writing here. Hello all. Welcome. Oops. Something I'm writing. Welcome to share screen. I am just writing something here. Enter. How to save it? Control plus D. If you use Control plus D, so that the content will be saved to a file called file1. Now the content is saved to a file1. How to see whether the file whether that line which you have provided, sorry, file1 is not there. The file name is f1. Cat space f1. If I am using cat space f1, okay, if I'm using a file called cat space f1, I'm able to see this content. Hi all, welcome to shell script, something like this. I would like to copy the file. I would like to copy this into a different file. What is the command we use? We know about cp command, right? Cp stands for what? Copy f1 space f2. What I'm doing now, cp space source file name, copy command, source file name, destination file name. Source file name, destination file name. Source file name is f1, destination file name is f2. What is the meaning of this command? Whatever the file contents we have in f1 will be copied to f2. Okay. When I'm running this command, you see, when I'm running this command, it did not ask me anything. Directly, the contents were copied from F1 to F2. And if you want to see the contents in the F2, just give cat command. Yes, F2 is also having the same content. Again, I am trying to run a command. Again, I'm trying to run. See here. Okay. It is not asking, okay. When I'm trying to copy the content from F1 to F2, I'm trying to I'm trying to copy the contents from file 1 to file 2. Yes, it got copied and I'm able to see the contents present in F2. Yes, I'm able to see this is the content present in F2. I'm just clear screen. Okay. So when I'm using ls here, I have two files, F1 and F2. Let me show you what is present in F1. This is the one present in F1. I would like to show you cat space F2. It's the same content is present in F2 also. Just now we copied from F1 to F2. But there is a command called alias. Okay, there is a command called alias. There is a command called alias. What I'm trying to do now is there is a command called alias. CP is equal to CP hyphen I. I'm using a command called alias. Show you what is the use of this alias command. Alias CP is equal to CP hyphen I, meaning now from now, if I run this command, from now until this session completes, the CP command will be acted as, the CP command will be working as CP hyphen I. We'll understand the difference between CP and CP hyphen I. Hyphen I stands for interactive mode. Hyphen I stands for interactive mode. Okay. So I'm just running this one, CP equal to CP hyphen I. From now onwards, what happens is the CP command will work as CP hyphen I. What is the difference between CP and CP hyphen I? CP hyphen I is nothing but CP command with interactive mode. Okay, now let me run the command. You see, let me run the command once again. CP space F1 F2. Again, I'm trying to copy the contents from F1 to F2. When I'm running the command, can you see? It is asking whether you want to overwrite the file. What is this one? Earlier it was not asked. Earlier it didn't ask me. But now it is asking because the CP command is working now as CP hyphen I. Interactive mode. This is the interactive mode. So it is not directly copying the contents. It is not directly copying the contents from F1 to F2. It is asking whether you would like to overwrite. It is taking your confirmation. It is asking for our confirmation. That is called interactive mode. CP-I is nothing but interactive mode. Directly, it is not copying the contents from F1 to F2. Directly, it is not copying the contents from F1 to F2. It is asking for your confirmation. Once you provide yes, then only the contents will be copied. Yes, that's it. You know the purpose of alias command, right? Alias CP is equal to CP hyphen I. Even you see, we can use the same command for different purpose. Move command. There is a command called move, right? Move command. So usually we use to move the content from one to another or otherwise. Move command is also used to rename. What I'm doing is now, from now onwards, move command will works like this. What I'm writing, move equal to move hyphen I. Usually move command is used to rename the file. For example, okay, there are multiple purposes with the mv command, but I assume that move command is used to rename the file. So from now onwards, what happens without, okay, before I'm not giving this command, okay, forget about this command. I'm not giving. Let me show you with an example called move. Move file one. I'm going to rename the file F1 as file one. I'm going to rename a file called F1 into file one. So far I have only two files, right? F1 and F2. I would like to rename the F1 file into file one. I'm just trying to do it. How to see whether your file got renamed or not?
If
You
we're
can,
using, once I heard out, if we're using move command, just file name is getting changed, right? I mean, no content will be transferred, or else both files will have the same content.
yes. So for now, yeah. You see here when I'm using like move command, file name, source file name and destination file name, right? So the
Hmm.
source file name will be renamed. Only the file name will be changed. Earlier we had a file called F1, right? the content will not be moved. You see, earlier we had a file called F1. Now the same file is moved, changed, renamed as the same file is renamed as file 1. Earlier we had a file called F1. I just used a command move F1 to file 1. Now I'm using ls command to see. So F1 is renamed as file 1. If I want to see the content present in file 1, can you see here? File 1 is having the same content. So content is not modifying. What we are doing, so with this, the help of this command, we are trying to, with the help of this command, we just renamed the file name F1 to file 1. That's it. Okay. So now what we are doing is, what I'm trying to explain is like there is a command called move space hyphen I also, which is used for interactive mode. So directly, when I'm running the command like alias now, alias, earlier also I showed you, right? Alias move equal to move hyphen I. This is cp hyphen I. Now what I'm doing is move hyphen I. So from now onwards, okay, after running this command, from now onwards, move command will be working as mv hyphen I. Move command will be working as move hyphen I. What is the difference? When I run any command like cat space file m1 space move command space file1 to file1, I'm just trying to rename. Now this is not there, but let me show you ls command I'm using. We have a command, we have a file called file1. Again, I'm trying to rename mv space file1 to f1. Again, I'm trying to rename the file called file1 to f1. Should ask purpose of alias is usually not. I'm trying to rename it. Cannot state file one, no such file one. Okay, so let me come up with alias first. Okay, then we will try to understand. So what I'm trying to explain here is, so you understood the basic idea of cp command. Okay, so what is the difference between cp and cp hyphen I? Hope you understood the difference between cp and cp hyphen I, right? Cp command is used for what? Copying the files from source to the destination. cp-i is used to copy the files from source to destination with an interactive mode. Okay, that's what I'm trying to explain. When I'm using cp space f1 to f2, I'm trying to copy the file. I am trying to copy the content from file 1 to file 2 now. So it is asking for confirmation, right? It is asking for confirmation, whether you would like to overwrite or not. So once I close this session, I would like to close the session. Okay, how to close the session? I'm just trying to terminate this one. Okay, the session is closed. I'm going to log out or something. I would like to close the session. So let me, this is browse. Let me close this. Again, I will try to connect. Let me also close this one. Downloads. Going into the folder. I'm just opening this git bash here again. Okay. Now use the same command. Okay, I'm trying to use the same command now. Let me show you, like by giving ls command, we have two files, f1 and f2, cp space f1 and f2. I'm copying the contents from f1 to f2. It is not asking anything. It is not asking for any confirmation. But when I'm giving alias command, alias, try to understand the difference. What is the meaning between CP and CP hyphen I. What I'm doing is CP will be used as CP hyphen I. Got it? CP will be used as CP hyphen I. Until this particular session ends. Until this particular session ends, the CP command will work as CP hyphen I. It is asking whether you would like to overwrite or not. Until this session ends, the CP will be worked as CP hyphen I. But if I want this CP hyphen I command to work as permanently, if I want the CP hyphen I command to work permanently, then directly I can add this in a file called bash rc. Okay. So what I'm trying to do is, I'm showing you with ls-a. I have these files, right? Bash history. We know the purpose. We understood the purpose of bash history. When I run the history command, it is able to display all the list of commands that I ran so far. That is with the help of this bash history file only. Now we are trying to understand what is the use of this bash rc file. Okay, let me show you. Let me edit this bash history file. How to edit a file? Vi space dot bash rc. Okay, what I'm doing is I'm editing this one. I'm editing this file. I'm coming to the last. First, what I'm doing is I'm pasting the command here. Alias CP is equal to CP hyphen. I'm pasting this command here. Alias CP is equal to CP hyphen I. Directly, I'm giving this command here in the bash rc file so that the CP command will work permanently as I'm saving it. Okay, I'm saving here. Now you see when I'm trying to copy the contents. Okay, directly it is asking. So even the session is if the session is closed, or if I open any other session also, I'm closing this one. I'm going here and I'm trying to connect to the through the browser also. So wherever you connect, okay. Hope you understood earlier what we were doing. We were just running the alias command. That alias command will work only until the session gets ended. Once the session is closed, the CP command will work normally. It won't work as CP-I. So now directly what I'm doing, I'm just copying the command inside the bash rc file that will be there permanently. And now even if I try to run the command wherever, okay, now I connected through the browser. I closed that particular session, earlier session. Now I connected through the browser. I'm trying to run the CP command. CP command is working like CP-I. What do you mean by hyphen I? Interactive mode. It is asking for our confirmation. Once you confirm, then only the file contents will be modified. That is the difference between CP and CP-I, and that is the advantage we have with alias command. So that alias command, whatever the alias command that we have seen, that alias command that can be given directly in a file called bash rc. So what is bash rc now? You can understand bash rc now easily. Bash rc file. When did this bash rc file will be executed? The bash rc file will be executed at the time of login. Once you log in, okay, once you connected to the server, so this bash rc file will be executed. The bash rc file will be executed at the time of login. That's the reason why we are giving that alias command over there so that I'm able to see that CP command is working like CP-I. Let me show you some other example to understand very clearly. What I am doing is I'm going to create a script. Okay, I'm going to create a script vi space abc.sh. Okay, let me create a shell script. Sample shell script. Okay, let me create one file vi space abc.sh, insert, and inside the script I am writing like welcome to shell script, something like that. Okay, I'm writing welcome to the shell training. Hope you understood what I am doing. I'm just creating a sample script, saving it. You can see what I have written inside abc.sh. I've just written only welcome to shell scripting. I have just written only welcome to shell scripting. I'm able to see it. How to run the script, you know, right? If I want to run the script, I can run like sh space file name dot sh. So file name is abc dot sh. I can able to run like this so that I'm able to see the output of that particular script. This is how. Now what I'm doing is I'm going to, okay, I would like to, I don't want to run this script every time. So I want this particular script to run at the time of login. When I log in, so at the time of login, it has to print like welcome to the shell training. When I log into this, when I connected to this server, it has to print like welcome to the shell training. So for that, what I'm doing is I'm editing the bash RC file again. I'm editing the bash RC file again. And you can mention here, sir, you can mention it over here. So what I'm mentioning it here is what I'm mentioning here is SH space, you see here, what is the location? What is the current location of your user? If you want to know the current location of yours, all right, what is the current location of yours? PWD command. PWD command will give you the current location. So what I'm doing is I'm copying this one. My script is abc.sh. My location is /home/EC2 user. If you log in as a root user, your path will be /root. If you log in as an EC2 user, your path will be /home/EC2 user /abc.sh. I'm giving like sh. What is the purpose of sh command? Sh is used to run the script. Sh space file name dot sh. But here I'm completely giving the full path. Here I'm completely giving the full path. Sh space, the complete full path I'm giving. I'm copying this command and I'm giving it in the bash rc file. I'm pasting it. Escape shift colon WQ to save the file and to quit out of the file. Now I'm closing this, okay? I'm closing this session. Let me connect once again. This is the server I have. I'm going to connect once again. Once I connect to the server, definitely it will print like welcome to shell training. Once I connect to the server, definitely it will print like welcome to shell training. Can you see here? Earlier it was printing only the last login details, all those things. Now I have updated some script and I'm running the script. Okay, I'm running this script. This is the proof. Okay, this is the proof that I can show you, like that RC file is running, RC file, that bash RC file is running at the time of the login. That's the reason why I'm able to see welcome to shell training. You got it? I'm able to update. Okay, I have written some script and I'm running the script at the time of login. So if you have to give that inside bash RC file. If you provide that in the bash RC file, the command if you provide in the bash RC file, so you don't need to run it. You don't need to run it manually. At the time of login, it will run automatically. Why? Because the bash RC file will be executed at the time of login. Hope you understood what is the purpose of bash RC file and bash history. Okay, bash RC file will be executed at the time of login. If you want to run any script at the time of login, you can provide all the commands in the bash RC file. Okay, there is one more file. Okay, let me come up with another file. Let me come up with another file. There is another file called yes.
Won't you just a dot? No, it's not created. It's a
Okay.
simple dot. Actually, how we can go end of the line after opening the script, or else because I have observed when you, entered this bash RC, directly went to last line.
Yeah, sure. So how I am doing it is suppose so it's that's the reason why. So it's you are asking like how to edit that particular file.
No, no, I know how to edit, but you directly move to the last line, right? After
Okay,
entering
okay.
into the
Right.
script.
How can we know that we have to provide everything in the bottom, right?
Yeah, how to move last line directly? Without
Ah,
using cursor.
okay.
Actually, if you want to go to last line, we'll use arrow marks, right?
Usually we use
Yeah.
arrows only.
Yeah.
So ls command, there is a script. Okay, let me show you ls-a. I want to open a file called bash rc. This is the file, right? So vi space dot
Yes.
bash rc. This is the file name. So that this is how it is opening, right? Use insert
Uh,
I button from your keyboard. Okay.
okay.
If you want to edit, you have to use I. Otherwise, you can use arrows only. Directly, you can use insert button so that it will show you like insert mode. At the bottom, it is displaying like insert mode, right? Now you are in the insert
Okay.
mode. You can modify your content. Now you can directly use arrows to see.
Okay.
This is the script we have so far. Okay. Usually, this editor will not be fine. Okay. When you directly connect through the browser, the editor, this editor will not works correctly. If it is working correctly, you can use it. Otherwise, you can try to connect. Usually, it's better to connect from the Git bash so that you can edit the files easily. Now you can see,
Okay.
right? I'm able to coming down by using arrows. I'm able to come down, and whatever the content you want to add, you can add it in the last. Go to the last line, press enter, and whatever the line you want to add, you can add it and you can save.
Okay.
So if you don't want to save, okay, if you don't want to save, suppose if you have while editing, you have edited something mistake, and you want to come out of the file without saving the changes. Escape, colon. Usually, how to save? Usually we use WQ, right? We use WQ to save the file, to save and quit. So if you don't want to save, use Q only. Q exclamatory one. Colon Q, that exclamatory symbol, enter, so that your changes will not be saved. Even though you edit.
What this exclamation indicates?
So that is the command actually. So the dot slash WQ is for saving and quitting. So Q exclamatory is used for quitting the file without saving any changes.
Okay.
Okay. Q exclamatory is mainly for quitting coming out of the file without making any changes, without saving any changes. Got it, right? That is the command. Colon Q exclamatory is used for coming out of the file without making any changes. Okay. So hope you understood what we are giving inside this RC. So we are now trying to understand the bash files, bash history, bash RC. I told that bash RC file will be executed at the time of login. And if you want to run any scripts at the time of login, usually you can provide the commands inside bash RC file. You edit the file, you can edit the file and you can make all the changes in the RC file. There is also a file called bash logout. We have a file called bash logout. Can you see bash logout file? So it is this bash logout file will be executed when you exit from the terminal. When you exit from the terminal, suppose if I give logout or if I consider I am here. Okay. So how can we exit usually? I, Let me go to make this you want to make understand. I'm just using a command called sudo su hyphen. I'm trying to switch from normal to the root user. Okay. I'm I have a I have a command called ls-a and I'm able to see the bash logout file here. Can you see the bash logout file? Yes, I'm able to see the bash logout file. I am editing the bash logout file, vi space dot bash logout. I'm editing a file called bash logout. I don't have any contents here, but I would like to add something. Insert mode. I would like to add few lines here. The lines that I would like to add here is this one. What I'm trying to do is echo. I would like to print, just echo the username. Can you see? Echo, hi, username. Who am I command? Who am I is a Linux command. So what is the purpose of who am I? Who am I is a Linux command. It will just print the username. Thank you for working. If you are the root user, it will print root user. If you are a normal user, it will print the username. So sleep hyphen 4. What is the let's discuss about the sleep hyphen 4 later. Sleep command we'll discuss about later, but I just gave only one echo command. It is just printing the username. Thank you for working. Escape, shift colon, WQ. Try to understand that this particular thing that I have updated in a file called bash logout. So if I give anything in the bash logout, this bash logout file will be executed at the time you exit. It is executed when you exit from the terminal. Okay. So now what I'm doing is I want to exit. Okay. Let me give log out something. I'm just running a command called logout. So when I'm trying to log out, can you see here what it is printing? When I'm just logging out, what is printing? Hi root. Thank you for working. Thank you for working. So I don't want this message to be printed immediately. I want this message to be printed and it has to wait for some time. This message has to be printed and it has to wait for some time. I can use sleep command. So again, I'm editing a file, vi space bash logout. Let me switch to sudo su hyphen. What I'm doing is here, again, I'm editing a file, insert mode. You can see I don't want to save anything. Vi space bash logout. This is the problem with the editor. I'm not able to see any contents here. So that's the reason why. Let me log in with this one. Let me log in from here. Downloads. I'm using Git bash. Okay, I'm now trying to connect to the Git bash by using keypad. Okay, from when you are trying to log in from your when you are trying to log in from your local machine, usually we download the keypad to the local machine. This keypad will be used to securely connect to your machine. So for now, what I'm doing is I'm trying to switch as root user sudo su hyphen, and I'm showing you ls-a is there. I want to edit the bash logout file. How to edit the bash logout file? You can use bash underscore logout. This is the file. And these are the contents that I'm having. Go to the second line. Okay. You can yeah, insert button. Okay. Here also we use the same thing. Insert button, press enter. And whatever the lines you want to add, you can add. I'm just giving sleep 10. What is the purpose of sleep command? Sleep is also a Linux command. Sleep is also a Linux command. I'm just adding sleep 10. Escape, shift colon WQ. I'm saving it. So now if I log out, okay, if I just give exit or log out, if I'm trying to give log out, you see here, it is printing like hi root user. Thank you for working. So it will be there immediately. We will not be seeing any terminal. It will be there for 10 seconds. Why? Because I'm using a sleep command for 10 seconds. You know the purpose of sleep command, right? Sleep command is like a pause button. Sleep command is like a pause button. It makes your computer wait for that mentioned number of seconds. Suppose if you are giving sleep 10, sleep space 10. So for 10 seconds, that command will execute. If the sleep command is executing, if you are mentioning that sleep 10, sleep command will execute for 10 seconds. If you use sleep 20, it will execute for 20 seconds. If you want to provide some 100, if you want to wait your machine for 100 seconds, yes, you can provide sleep space 100. Sleep command is like a pause button. It makes your computer to wait for that mentioned number of seconds. Got it? Again, I'm trying to say, I'm switching as root user, sudo su hyphen. And here I'm trying to log out, log out. When I'm logging out, you see it will wait. Okay, this particular sleep command will wait for 10 seconds and then only you'll get the terminal back. I'm not getting the terminal back until 10 seconds. If you want, you can increase the time. If you want, you can increase the time. So how you are increasing the time? Go to that particular script and you can modify sleep space 20 so that the time increases. Hope you understood. Sleep is also a Linux command. It is like a pause button. It makes your computer wait for that mentioned number of seconds. Okay, so okay, let's stop this teach for today. Let's continue from tomorrow. You have any questions on today's session? So we are trying to understand the files. We are trying to understand the bash files inside the Linux environment. Like we have bash rc, bash logout. Okay, so bash rc stands for bash readout, bash logout. Okay, the other files. What are the other files we have? You can see here bash history. We understood about bash history, bash profile. We'll talk about. Okay, we'll see. There is a difference between bash profile and bash RC. We'll discuss about it and then we'll proceed with the rest of the things. Have any questions? Let's discuss. Otherwise, we'll be discussing tomorrow.
No, Ashish, no questions.
Thank you. Thank you all. Let's meet tomorrow.
Thank you.